Hi everyone, I'm Faith.
And I'm Kath.
Welcome to Gender Rebels TV.
Hey Faith, I got a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Your hair is gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
No joke, fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like shampoo commercial,
Aww.
magazine, girl running on the beach, waves, highlights, shape, fullness. What is your secret?
Well, you've got pretty good hair too, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the secret is I buy at a store.
You buy it
So
at a
this is-
store.
This is store-bought hair I'm wearing.
Meaning like you have a fancy product in there to thicken and give body and volume and accentuate waves.
I'm wearing what's known as a wig.
A wig?
A wig.
Was ist das?
A wig is a specialized type of hat that mimics human hair. Yes, so I
We have another guest with us today.
Yeah?
Yes. I would like to introduce Wanda.
Wanda? That's
Wanda will be joining us today.
Yes, so that's Wanda. So I actually have been wearing wigs since like high school.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I
wow.
got my first wig in high school.
Wow.
And one of the things I will say is that, well, for me, like, I generally had either short hair or, you know, eventually I had male pattern baldness, which I dealt with by shaving my head. So I had a shaved head for like 15, 20 years almost.
When you were male presenting.
Yeah.
You did the buzz cut.
I did the buzz cut.
It's the best way to deal with hairline issues.
So I ended up with just having to do wigs, which was fun because when I was not living full time, you know, not too big an issue. And when I did eventually become full time, a little bit of an issue because wigs are wonderful, they look amazing, but they also have some drawbacks. So if you're interested in wigs, we just thought we'd do a quick rundown on some of the things you should know.
Here's how to wig.
Here's how to wig. So there's basically about 4 levels of wig quality that you can get, and I'm going to kind of run through each of those. First one is the Halloween wig. These are the ones at like the Halloween store. You'll see them at the aisle, like in Target or whatever at like Halloween time.
Oh, you can even get them at CVS or Walgreens.
Don't
or
ever buy these wigs.
Wait, are they poisons?
They might as well
They're
be.
poison wigs.
They might as well be.
Don't
They're
buy the
such bad
poison
quality.
wigs.
They're such bad quality and they look so terrible that they will literally fall apart like as you're wearing them.
I mean,
you can take it out of the bag and like pieces will be like clumping off. And you're gonna pay like $30-$40 for these. They're not good. They're just a complete
just the
rip-off.
Halloween. It doesn't. You're gonna get the cheap. It's your Halloween costume.
Yeah, but again, caveat emptor. But I'm gonna say don't ever buy those. The next step up is going to get like a beauty wig, and this is kind of like a beauty wig. This is an acrylic, and there's acrylic wigs. This one is from a beauty store. There are probably beauty stores in your area, and what these are is they sell beauty products and generally sell wigs, and a lot of these stores will cater to African American women because some African American women like to wear wigs because our society is kind of the shit about African American people's hair, and they got to deal with that, and they deal with that with wigs. So
what's the difference? Like why? Like I'm sorry, I'm just stuck on Halloween. It is one night. I don't care.
Okay, for Halloween,
why would
if you
I
want to buy the wig,
lay
you
out
can,
the
but
cash?
it's just going to be shitty because you can get a better wig for the same price at the beauty store.
The same price.
Same price. So
that's the key. If you're gonna buy a wig anyway, you can get a shitty one for the same price as a okay one.
Yeah.
Get the okay one.
So go to the beauty shop. They're going to have a bunch of wigs on heads. And that, you should know, is to display the style. There's actually multiple colors. And you can go there and say, hey, I'd like to try this in blonde.
I'd like this in jet black.
Or whatever they have. And because a lot of these stores cater to African American women, it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder to find some hair colors, like a natural red or a natural like dirty blonde, are going to be harder to find than
or
say
a light brown.
Yeah, harder to find than say dark brown. Dark brown's going to be easy to find. So you're just going to have to
black will be easy to
look.
find.
Yeah,
and blonde is easy to find.
Blonde is easy to find, but in between that, kind of a little tricky. And if you want to try things on, and I do recommend you try them on. you can usually buy a wig cap. They'll require you to buy a wig cap if you want to try on wigs.
So is that another $30 or $40?
No, that's like usually between $1 and $3, depending on the store.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wait, what is a wig cap?
It's basically like the foot of pantyhose.
Okay.
It's kind of like pantyhose material. You put it over your head, and it's sanitary, but it can also keep your hair in place. And
can I bring my own wig cap or like a swimming cap?
They're gonna make you buy a wig cap.
Okay.
And
so it's sanitation reasons.
They'll usually
buy the wig cap.
They'll usually have a limit. They'll say, hey, you can try on 3 wigs, and you can try them on to see. I definitely recommend trying wigs on if you're unfamiliar with them or you're getting something you haven't tried before, because you definitely need to see it on your face, because there are some really cute little curly ones that I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. And then I tried it on and it just makes my head look ginormous. Or there was this super amazingly beautiful natural red looking one that was like $400, and I was like, I will try this on because this could be like my investment wig.
Right.
And I tried it on, it looked terrible on me.
Why?
They make your face look fit my head shape or anything. So always trying them on. I definitely recommend trying them on. And depending on the store, they might shut you off at 3. They might let you try a few more. Depends on if they know you're serious or not.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in situations where they let me try on like 8 or 10 because they knew I was walking out of there with something.
I will be laying down some cash today.
So
I'm sure there's a component of that of how nice you are.
Yeah.
How busy they are.
Exactly.
And how much the salesperson is willing to. All right, usually we cut it off at 4. I'm going to bring you a couple more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
ask.
Those are generally acrylic. There's
plastic.
Plastic little filaments.
Not a problem. Nothing wrong with plastic.
No. Yeah. But you can also get 2 different types, really. There's beyond actually like clip-in pieces and stuff like that. There's just straight pieces that are just a wig that goes on your head, and then there's lace front. And the way lace front works is it has a little bit of like thin plastic mesh that goes, actually you'll usually get it down to about there, and you'll need to cut it off, or you'll need to have them cut it off, probably for about like $5 or so. They'll cut it. If you're unfamiliar, get them to cut it. And lace front wigs look a little more natural. If natural is what you're going for, definitely recommend the lace front wigs.
What's the difference between a lace front and a regular or non-lace front?
A lace front, depending on the wig, a lace front, you can pull it back in a ponytail, it'll look natural. You can, like I'm wearing a lace front, I always wear lace fronts, and to me they look more natural. It gives you more natural hairline.
So what we're talking about is that with a normal hairline, it's not like skin, boom, hair. It's skin, hairs, hair.
Exactly.
So what a lace front, and it's not even lace like you think of a lace underwear or a lace dress. It's just that fine mesh.
Yeah.
And it just has the hair a little bit thinner in front, so it kind of blurs that line.
Yeah.
Between your forehead and where the hair starts.
Mm-hmm. And
do lace fronts cost more?
They generally will cost a little bit more.
$5 more, $10
maybe 10 or 20 more.
10 or 20 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, so that's for your acrylic wigs.
Yeah.
And they will have different terms. Some of them will say Taklon, or they'll say acrylic, or they'll say Remy, or things like that. Generally, it's not real human hair. And then there's human hair slash synthetic. And I don't know, I've had a couple of these, and sometimes I swear it's like probably 2 human hairs. But
I would be interested to know what the law says about the proportion if they label it as human versus human slash.
Yeah, your acrylic wig is probably going to be $30-$40.
Okay.
Depending on the length. Longer is more expensive, obviously.
More hair.
A lace front might run you $40 to $50, and once you get into like human hair, you start ending up. I would say the cheapest human hair you're going to get is probably around $80 to $90.
We're talking about 100% human hair.
100% human hair.
80 is your basic human hair all over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, that's probably a bargain.
And a shorter wig.
And things
black.
Like that.
Yeah.
So human hair can go up to like $5,000 for a wig. $5,000 or $6,000 I've seen. And it depends. It depends on the length, it depends on the style, the color.
Wait, what is So $6,000 for a wig.
Yeah.
Which will buy a car or 2 Vespas.
Yes.
$6,000.
I won't buy a nice car.
No, not it'll get you a decent used car. It'll get you a really good used car.
Yeah.
$6,000. What am I getting for? So of our four different types, there's the Halloween wig, the basic acrylic, the human acrylic hybrid, and human. So those are the 4. We're talking about our top of the line human hair wig.
Yeah.
What do you get for that?
You get a better quality. It's probably hand sewn. It's probably denser. It's probably nicer and designed to last longer. A lot of them are
and it looks more natural.
A lot of them are for Orthodox Jewish women.
So it doesn't look more
natural. Wear wigs for their they wear wigs for their religion.
Mm-hmm.
And because wearing a wig is part of their religion, they need to cover their hair. It's actually designed to look like a wig in a lot of cases. So because they're not trying to hide the fact that they're wearing a wig.
So it's not necessarily more natural looking.
No, not necessarily.
Orthodox Jewish women do not wear lace front wigs to the best of our knowledge. Please comment below if you know about this, because what you're saying is they're supposed to wear wigs and they do wear wigs.
And they're going to buy one for like the rest of their life.
So like 4,000 will last them forever?
Yeah. Like it's just a really good quality, so it'll last
4,000, 6,000, I get it.
I bought like maybe a $400 one once.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the highest I've ever paid. And it turned out to be one of these, and I tried it on, and I was like, this looks terrible. Thankfully, they let me return it.
Oh, no.
So I was able to return it. But that was off eBay. So as I mentioned, I will say absolutely go to the store, try things on. I usually get mine online, eBay, Amazon, other places, because I kind of know what works. Oftentimes, I will know the color that works for me. I will know the style.
Mm-hmm.
I will know the particular wig name, and I'll be
so
able
that
to
takes
go
some
find
research,
them online.
though.
Yeah, that I'm used to it, so I know I can actually just like go online and be like, I want the Saint Lupina P24 34/7 or whatever it is
in shade 86B.
Yeah, exactly, and go get it, and I'm done.
But that takes work.
That takes research and
so for our viewers who are new to this,
I don't recommend getting wigs online because, one, if you are like in a situation where there are no wig stores, I would say you could get them online, but be careful of a couple things. One is going to be make sure you're looking at a photo of the wig you're buying. If you're on eBay or Amazon, make sure you're turning off China. And not to shit all over China, but this is a notorious industry which basically puts wonderful looking products super cheap on eBay and Amazon, and they're from China, and they're not going to look like what you get 6 weeks, 8 weeks later. And so I've seen beautiful looking wigs that are on there, and people have bought them, and they're like crappy costume wigs. And if you're, don't get your hopes up. So make sure you're looking at a picture of the wig. You're not looking at a picture of some beautiful woman. I've seen pictures of fucking Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah, and like, here's the wig.
This wig.
We'll sell you this wig, and I'm like
$30.
Yeah, it's not. And so be careful. I would say if you are, go Google like specific wig shops. There's some websites that have them, and like anything, buyer beware. So if you're not familiar, you'll get familiar, and you may make a few mistakes on the way to getting familiar, but this one here is a lace front wig. And this one I got online, and in the picture I thought it looked super natural red, but like really, really natural red. And it turns out to be kind of more of like a cherry red. Like it's
kind of a Jessica Rabbit, like saturated red.
It's not as natural as I thought. So
she looks amazing in it, though.
You can still make mistakes. That's the point.
So you're advising our viewers to go to a wig store as opposed to buying online for the first time.
Yeah.
Trying stuff on. My question for you is, as a trans woman in a wig store, where they're expecting, for the most part, African American cisgendered women.
Yeah.
How's that experience?
I have never had any issue whatsoever.
Okay, you live in New York City.
I live in New York City. I've also been in Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, Georgia.
Which is not a bastion of, liberal.
For reals?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. So basically, I've been to these places, never had an issue. And I think that's because drag queens, cross-dressers, trans people come in all the time. They're probably a huge part of their clientele. I've literally never had one single issue.
They want to sell wigs.
Yeah.
They want their product to get out the door. They want your cash.
Yeah.
They don't care who you are or what you look like.
They don't.
Be nice. Be respectful. Buy the wig cap. Follow the rules. And have fun.
Yeah. Have fun and look pretty.
Look pretty.
Yeah. Cool. So,
Well, thanks, Faith. Can you think of any other tips that might be helpful for our wig buying viewers?
No, just be careful before you buy online if that's an option. If you're able to go in person, go in person. If you're not, then be careful.
Mm-hmm. There are tips down below for how to recognize a seller from China. You want to look and see where the company is located, but that won't always necessarily tell you. Take a look at that resource. And, as always, buyer beware. You might wind up with a bad one here or there.
And if it looks too good to be true, that should raise some red flags. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Wow, thank you so much,
Thank
Faith.
you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for watching, everyone.